once more. It's me, Kwame Africa, reaching you from my channel. I am speaking today on the failed leadership when it comes to Africa. Failed leadership. Yes, when I talk about failed leadership, we have about 56 countries in Africa. Today, if we should say we are giving out, if I should make a survey, I have made a lot of surveys on the street, asking my fellow brothers that I want to give out a visa. I want to give a visa to somebody to go to Zambia. The person asks me, what am I going to do there? Then I tell the same person, I want to give him a visa to go to Canada. He said, oh, I'm ready. Right now, I'm ready. I ask people, I want to give them visa to go to Zimbabwe. He said, to go and do what? I want to give visa, the same person, I want to give him a visa to go to Spain, and the person is ready to move right away. It means there is a problem with us. That is what I want us to understand as a people. When there is a saying that a problem, once you recognize you have a problem, that problem is even half solved. So we have to recognize as a people first that we have a problem at hand. Then we will now be thinking about the solution. Look at the entire African continent. Nobody is ready to travel to the other African country to go and look for greener pastures. Meanwhile, if you look on top of the African continent, every country is green. But nobody is looking for greener pastures when it comes to your fellow African country. In recent times, South Africa has also become a jungle. It used to be a greener pastures grounds some 15-20 years ago, but today it is no longer so. So we have to come to the realization that the African continent is sinking, and the more we are sinking, what does it mean to the African continent? We are losing our treasures to the foreigners of our imperial masters. We are losing our treasure. So the time that we may wake up, we may find ourselves with nothing. So people like us today, we are here with African consciousness and Pan-Africanism to tell each and everyone who is on the African soil that we have to stop the division. There are too many divisions when it comes to the African continent as a whole. We have so many languages. We define ourselves on languages line. We define ourselves on political line. We define ourselves on religious lines. We define ourselves on cultural background, with ethnicity, and so on. And this is not really helping. When I want to contest for a political office and I come from a tribal group which is more, it means I'm going to win. This is not really auguring for the progress of the African continent, and it is really hurting. If you move from Ghana here, you go to Togo, just ask everybody there if they are happy living in Togo. They will tell you no. That is why if you go to all the embassies, the foreign embassies, always there is a queue. I went to United States embassy for an interview, and I happened to be the 847th person they interviewed. When I was leaving the embassy, the number of people that were behind me, I know it will run certainly into thousands. What is wrong with us, my brothers and sisters? What is really wrong with us? We have been well endowed with a lot of riches, with gold, diamond, cobalt, aluminium, manganese, clinker, a lot of things I cannot even mention. We have good weather, intelligent men, but at the end of the day, we are always failing. And of late, I am realizing it's becoming a problem for almost everybody, because if you check across, everybody seems to be talking about our problem. But what I want us to understand is that We have recognized there is a problem on the continent. Our problem is the white man, our imperial masters. Kwame Nkrumah was killed. Later on, we heard that he was killed by the coup that overthrew Kwame Nkrumah was backed by the CIA. Thomas Sankara was killed. He was killed by the CIA. Gaddafi, in recent time, he was killed by the foreign powers. So these are obvious things. Why should we have a continent? We have Organization of African Unity, transformed into AU, African Union. What have they achieved with this organization? That they have to sit down for somebody to come from abroad to come and kill one of their own and tell them, at the end of the day, no, we really have to be thinking. Our leaders are refusing to think. So we as citizens, we as their backroom staff, we have to start thinking and forcing them to think, because we have really given the mantle to wrong people. Yes, whenever they are looking for power, there is a way they speak, and whenever they get the power, there is a way they behave. Their action doesn't correspond with their words, and at the end of the day, it is not harming them. Know very well that all politicians have foreign accounts, and all politicians are rich. Those who are rich are still enriching themselves at the expense of me and you. So right now, we have to have a single voice across the whole African continent and start doing things in such a way that whenever we put a leader, the leader must know that there are people who are checking. We shouldn't be we shouldn't be sitting on the fence thinking they should do whatever they like. We have to start speaking, because the voice of the people is the voice of God. If they are not ready to listen to us, then why are they there? We can take them out at any time. But at the end of the day, we look at let me even make an example of South Sudan. South Sudan, George Garang started the fight for independence. South Sudan are rich in oil. This was the main reason why they wanted to break away, because they realized that the segregation is too much. You see the division I was talking about. If you go to South Sudan, the northern part is full of Muslims and the southern part is full of Christians. So the southern part have realized that if they break away, they will become one group, one set of people. So the development and their self realization will be in a particular way. But has this particular aim been achieved? No. Today you go to South Sudan, they are suffering more than any other thing. But today, if you go to South Sudan, the president and his family are enjoying life at the expense of the majority. This is what I want us to realize, that no, whenever we get into this kind of position, who is benefiting? The weapons that they are using. No African continent is producing and selling weapons. So we have to come to the realization that the war and the divisions on our continent will not help us, and it will not promote the African agenda. Up to what time are we going to stop the Mediterranean journey and other stuff? The brain drain. Today, somebody complete Ghana Medical School. Then they are looking for ways and means to travel to Canada, US, Dubai, and the rest, to go and take ×5 of whatever the Ghana government will be paying. Why is somebody able to pay somebody some amount of money and somebody is not able to pay somebody some amount of money? Meanwhile, we are all playing on the same level field, but it seems like some people are not thinking well. So we as citizens, it is our duty now to start forcing the leadership to start thinking well. Yesterday I was watching some videos, and I came across Kanayo, and he said something. He's a Nigerian actor, and he said he has come to the realization that leadership at the top has failed. So he has come to the conclusion that the only thing that is going to help Africa or the entire world is the bottom. It is the bottom that is going to rise up to the top that will bring the change that we need. So I want to entreat each and everyone that you have a role to play when it comes to the Africa moving forward, when it comes to Africa taking the front role, when it comes to Africa being his own, when it comes to Africa being a greener pasture sometime to come. Everybody have a role to play. Nobody should sit on the fence and think it is we are leaving it for the front runners. The front runners are preparing their children in the Oxford and the Liverpool and the Yale University and the Chicago universities to come and take over the leadership role again. And somebody who has not been to who has no knowledge of whatever is happening here is only coming to amass wealth and destroy the economy. It is visible. You are seeing it. 56 countries. Where do you want to go? I want to know. You, the one that you are watching me, I want to give you a free visa to any of the African countries. I have a visa to Benin. I have a visa to Togo. I have a visa to Zambia. I have a visa to Gambia. I have a visa to Niger. I have a visa to Mali. I have a visa to Chad. I have a visa to Central African Republic. I have a visa to Namibia. I have a visa to Lesotho. I have a visa to Zimbabwe. Are you ready to take any of these visas and go and look for your greener pasture? The answer is certainly no. Something is wrong with us. Let us stop the naivety, get up from wherever we are sitting, come together, create a one united front and start fighting our enemy. And I think whatever we want, we'll get there in a very shortest possible time because we have everything to be reached. Thank you.